It's 2026, New York City. You're 26 and you have an idea worth $1 million sitting in your notes app, and exactly 0 people in your life who would believe you. Not one. You know this because you told them, not all at once. You're not stupid. You tested the water first, a comment here, a casual mention there, the way you'd lower 1 foot into a pool before jumping, and every single time the water was cold. The room shifted, the subject changed, and you stood there nodding like you hadn't just offered them the most honest thing about yourself and watched them hand it back. So now you don't say anything. You just sit at Sunday dinner and pass the food and perform being fine. You are very good at performing being fine. The idea itself started small, a problem you kept noticing, a gap that seemed obvious once you saw it. You wrote 3 lines in your notes app on the subway home one Tuesday night and then couldn't sleep because your brain wouldn't stop pulling the thread. By 2 a.m., you had 2 pages. By the weekend, you had a name. By the end of the month, you had a plan, a rough cost breakdown, and the specific feeling of someone who has accidentally found the thing they're supposed to be doing. That feeling is incredible for about a week. Then reality shows up because you live in a family where stability is the highest virtue, not happiness, not ambition, stability. A good job means a safe job, means a job you keep forever and never complain about. This is not cruelty. This is survival logic passed down from people who had real reasons to be afraid. You understand it, you respect it, but you are suffocating inside it. 3 months ago, you told your mom, not the full plan, a softened version, casual, like it had just occurred to you, like you hadn't been obsessing over it for 90 days straight. She said, that sounds risky. She said, you have such a good thing going at the firm. She said, remember what happened to your uncle. Your uncle tried to open a restaurant in 2008 during a financial crisis in an industry with a 90% failure rate with no business experience. You have a scalable service, an identified market, and a spreadsheet that took you 3 weeks to build. But the story has become the family's one data point on ambition, and it gets deployed like a weapon every single time. You nodded. You said, yeah, probably not the right time. You went home and added 14 more entries to the notes app. 6 months in and something has quietly broken. Not the idea. The idea is stronger than ever. What has broken is the version of you that needed their permission. You have stopped mentioning it at dinner, not because you gave up, because you finally understood something important. Not everyone who loves you is capable of believing in you, and that is not a flaw in the love. It is just a limit, and you can love them back without handing them the thing that matters most and watching them shrink it down to a cautionary tale. So you protect it now. You work on it before the city wakes up. Saturday morning, 6 a.m., coffee that's still too hot to drink. Your laptop open in an apartment so quiet you can hear yourself think for the first time all week. This is the only hour of the day where you are completely yourself. No performance, no nodding, no fine. Just you and the idea, and how far it has come since 3 lines on the subway. But here's where it gets heavy. Because the doubt they planted, even the doubt you thought you filtered out, it finds you. At 2 a.m. when a competitor launches something similar. At work when your manager talks about your long-term trajectory here, and some part of you thinks, what if they're right? What if you're the uncle? You open the Notes app, 172 entries, and you sit with the question that ambitious people in unsupportive families have to answer alone with no applause, no safety net, and no one at the table who gets it. Not whether the idea is good enough, whether you are brave enough to find out. You don't have the answer yet, but you're still adding entries.